Italy volcano now erupting. Mount Etna explodes, spewing huge ash cloud 3 miles into the air. This comes after the Ana Krakatoa volcano is erupting, also Mount Popo erupting, and we have the Iceland volcano about to erupt, filling up the Reykjanes volcano. And now we have Etna erupting. This is according to Volcano Discovery. Volcano eruption, current status red, 4 out of 5. Complex stratovolcano currently about 3,329 meters, so over 9,000 feet, changing due to eruptive activity and collapse of its crater rims. It's in Sicily, Italy. The near continuously active, some major historic eruptions include 122 BC, the large Plinian outburst that created the small caldera of the Cratera del Piano. Then we had 1669 AD, devastating flank eruption that destroyed 15 villages and part of Catania. Then we had the 1787 subplinian eruption and one of the most spectacular summit eruptions on record. Lava fountains reportedly up to 3,000 meters high, over 10,000 feet. We've had eruptions since 1950, 51, 55, 56, 57, 1960, 61, 64, 64 again, 66, 66 to 71, 68, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 77, 78, 79, 79, 1980, 81, 81, 82 to 83, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 93, 95, 96, 97, 1998, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 11 to 13, 14 to 18, 2018 in the fall, 2019 in the summer. Typical, so you can see every year, typical eruption style, effusive lava flows, and mildly explosive stromboli eruptions, both summit and frequent flank eruptions. The latter seem to be occurring in clusters lasting few tenths of years. Now, the volcano eruption from new southeast crater, 1 kilometer ash plume. Now it's 5 kilometers, 3 miles high. A brief but intense episode of explosive activity took place at Etna's southeast crater this morning. And this is the latest news, April 19. Of course, it's still erupting. And the activity rapidly increased in intensity, producing a weak lava fountain and an ash column that rose approximately 1 kilometer, incandescent lava covering most of the southeast crater, but no lava flow was produced. This is according to Volcano Discovery, and they have a video of that. The eruption, or better eruptive episode, quickly faded again around noon. It was a similar but much weaker than the numerous paroxysms from the cone that had built, if mainly during the series of powerful paroxysms during the 2011 and 12 eruption, but as well numerous weaker episodes of fountaining and intense strombolian activity that occurred intermittently during the past years. The strombolian activity from the new cone growing inside the central crater, the voragine, which had been going on for about half a year, seems to have not been affected and continues with little variation. However, the lava flow from the cone, which had been active during past months, partially filling the neighboring Bocca Nuova crater, was no longer active when volcanologists visited the crater area a few days ago. And more on this, again on Volcano Discovery. Complex stratovolcano, changing due to eruptive activity and collapse of its crater rims. Current status red, erupting 4 out of 5. Effusive lava flows, mildly explosive, stromboli eruptions, and both summit and frequent flank eruptions. The latter seems to be occurring in clusters lasting few to a few tens of years. The Etna volcano eruptions, near continuously active. Some major historic eruptions include 122 BC, the large Plinian outbursts. Now, Etna is it's in the island of Sardinia. It's just south of Stromboli and Volcano. And of course, north of that, near Naples, is Vesuvius. But this is Etna. It's just south of Stromboli. The background of Etna, towering above Catania, Sicily's second largest city. It's in Sicily. What am I saying? Sardinia. It's Sicily. I'm sorry about that. I've been to Sardinia. And now, okay, this is Sicily. Okay, the boot, the ball near the boot of the heel, of Italy. So, Sicily's second largest city has one of the world's longest documented records of historical volcanism, dating back to 1500 BC. Historical lava flows cover much of the surface of this massive volcano, which makes it the highest and most voluminous in Italy. Ever since ancient times, the volcano seems to have been in near constant activity, as we said before. It's considered, after Kilauea in Hawaii, the second most active, productive volcano on the Earth. Two styles of eruptive activity typically occur at Etna. One, persistent explosive eruptions, sometimes with minor lava emissions from one or more of the four prominent summit craters, the Bocca Nuova, the Voragine, the former central crater, the northeast crater where we're having the eruption now, and the southeast crater, the latter formed in 1978. And also flank eruptions. The flank eruptions from the sides, typically with higher fusion rates, are less frequent and originate from fissures that open on the volcano's flanks. Such flank eruptions, such as the spectacular recent ones in 2001 and 2002-3, commonly form cinder cones that dot the volcano in their hundreds. And as you can see here, the map shows the Italian volcanoes. This is from Volcano Discovery. And as we know, it's an area of very active European earthquakes. It's because the African continent is going north, slamming into the European continent, the Eurasian plate, the African plate slamming into the Eurasian plate, and that's where we're having all this activity taking place. And this is Etna, as you can see here, just north of Catania, on Sicily, the island of Sicily. Okay, so that's what's taking place now. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.